This is Win News.
Tonight, a devastating blow for cherry growers in the Hughes Valley. A terror plot foiled in Europe with 2 extremists shot dead. And twin boys born 15 weeks premature celebrate a major milestone. Hello and good evening. Peter Hughes in Tasmania with Win News. Cherry growers are counting the cost of Wednesday's devastating deluge, saying they could lose millions of dollars. They have started harvesting what's left of their crop after up to 100 millimetres of rain. And they're not the only farmers who have been affected.
These might seem like lush, ripe cherry trees, but look closer and you'll see a multi-million-dollar problem. Hundreds of tonnes of cherries ruined by a dumping of 87 millilitres of rain.
More than the amount of rain, it's the hours of wetness that's one of the greatest concerns for us. So we ended up, the trees were nearly wet for 40 hours, which is very hard for a cherry crop to handle.
If the farms can reopen within the next few days, there shouldn't be any financial impacts. But if it continues on like this, there could be further delays, and that's when there'll be problems.
It'll be just a delay in cash flow. Once we're open again, those oysters that were ready for sale, we'll be able to sell again.
And consumers needn't fear. Oysters for sale are safe to eat. Georgia Love, Win News.
The future of Tasmania's Defence Force opportunities has been thrown into the spotlight. The Premier was today joined by more than 100 business representatives in the state's north to talk through the issues facing the manufacturing industry.
Trialling the latest addition to Tasmania's adventure experience, the Premier was full speed ahead on tourism.
We're starting to see new businesses flourish. They are attractive, they are bringing people into our state to allow them the most wonderful recreation whilst enjoying our beautiful scenery.
But the state government warns we're up against some stiff competition.
Very fierce competition from rival states, so we're confident that we'll do our very best, but by bringing, as I say, those businesses together with the support of the prime contractors gives us the best shot.
The tender process will open over the coming months. Rebecca Elston, Win News.
Now, coming up on Win News tonight, fatigue believed to be the cause of a serious crash in Tasmania's north. And the Duchess of Cambridge proudly shows off her baby bump at a primary school in London. You're on Win News. A 49-year-old Sprayton woman has been airlifted to the Royal Hobart Hospital, but is now in a stable condition after her car collided with another vehicle at Latrobe just after 9 o'clock last night. A 21-year-old Thurleston woman sustained minor injury. Well, Australia's been all but ignored at this year's Academy Awards, missing out on nominations in all of the major categories. Now, our hopes rest on the shoulders of 2 men, while 2 comedies are set to dominate the Oscars.
It was a big Aussie Academy snub. The only nominations, Tim Crosby for visual effects on X-Men and sound mixer David Lee for Unbroken.
What it says about America, it's not true.
For the first time in a long while, there will be no Australians in the 4 glamour acting categories. But entertainment critics here say it's just a blip and the Aussies will be back.
No major Australian names. I'm telling you, next year they're just going to take over again.
The field is wide open for Best Picture, Birdman and The Grand Budapest Hotel among 8 films named, both receiving the most nominations with 9 apiece.
If I learn you ever once laid a finger on my mother's body, living or dead,
I go to bed with all my friends.
Well, joining me now is a man who's having a special celebration tomorrow. He's old enough to know better. It's Brent Costelloe. Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you, Peter. That was a conversation between you and I. So.
Yes, I know. But if you tell me anything, you know I'm going to repeat it, don't you?
I know that now.
Yeah, where's the cake? Where's the cake?
Well, I thought you'd bring that for
me.
No,
you're supposed to.
Oh, well, I'll know that for next time.
We better move on, I think. What have you got tonight?
Lots coming up, including more rain delays at the Hobart International. That's next. Also, the Hobart Hurricane season ends on a disappointing note. England has recovered from a terrible start to post a competitive score in the opening Tri-Series match at the SCG. Mitchell Starc put Australia on top early before Owen Morgan fought back with a hard-earned century. The Aussie set 235 runs to win.
After 4 test matches, the colour returned to cricket. Mitchell Starc didn't miss a beat, getting back into one-day mode.
And a big appeal, and yes! First ball of the series!
He trapped Ian Bell for a golden duck, and then James Taylor just 2 balls later.
He's got 2!
A lone hand that has given England at least some hope of opening the series with a win.
The Hobart Hurricanes' Big Bash League season is over after losing to the Brisbane Heat at the Gabba overnight. Sent into bat, Chris Lynn recorded the equal fastest half-century in the tournament's history, the home team posting a huge total of 198 from their 20 overs. The loss of early wickets costing the Hurricanes in the chase, falling short by 18 runs. Following an agonising rain delay, Britain's Heather Watson is the first player through to tomorrow's final of the Hobart International after defeating American Alison Risk in their semi-final this afternoon.
And she does it. Heather Watson into the final here at the Hobart International. Hasn't dropped a set all week.
Very happy to finally get through today, and thank you everybody who stuck around through the weather.
Watson will meet the winner of tonight's match between Japan's Kurumi Nara and American qualifier Madison Brengle. And for a Friday night after a busy week, that's all in sport.
Good on your birthday, boy. Thanks very much indeed. Stay with us. We'll have all the weekend weather details up next. This is Win News. Well, we had a bit of everything today, didn't we? We had showers, we had a bit of sun breaking through and the fairly strong winds. King Island reached 20 degrees today, 21 for Flinders, Burnie 19. Devonport, Launceston and St Helens all got to 21. Swansea was 24, 16 in Straw and Hobart 22 today. Now the satellite sequence shows the monsoon trough continuing to be active over the northern tropics. A frontal cloud band can be seen over Tasmania with colder speckled cloud to the southwest of the state. Now on the water, westerly swells on the west and south coasts up to a rather large 6 metres and under 2 metres elsewhere. Now the winds will continue to be strong. There's some warnings, a gale warning for lower eastern, southern, western and northern waters, a strong wind warning for remaining waters and the southeast inshore areas, and a small craft wind alert for the southwest and central plateau lakes. So in the south up to 40 knots and up to 35 knots elsewhere. Now tomorrow's temperatures, King Island expecting 18 degrees, while Flinders will get to 21. 19 for Burnie, Devonport and Launceston both expecting 20 degrees. On the east coast, 23 for St Helens and Swansea 22. Strawn should reach 17 and a top of 17 also for Hobart. Now interstate tomorrow, it's going to be sunny in Brisbane, Sydney, Perth and Canberra, and cloudy and showers elsewhere. Now back home, the northwest, a sunny start to the week, turning to rain on Tuesday, similar to Launceston, 21 to 23 degrees, and cloudy and rain for Hobart next week with a range of, let me just double check that, a range of 18 to 24. Well, there we are. That's Win News for this Friday. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good night.